commands them not to hide them, not to hide the truth. They have to have it in order to not hide it.
See,
they have to have them in order to recite them.
I wish I was more knowledgeable on this, and obviously I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna look more into this.
Perfect.
This is something I definitely want to do because I love it when people point out things. It gives me something to look at.
I love
gives me
that.
something to try and justify.
I love that. I love that.
It makes me more knowledgeable about what I believe in, and that's always a good thing. You know?
For sure.
Whoever you are, being more knowledgeable what you believe in is a good thing.
Hello, amazing viewers. Welcome back to Religious Insight. In this amazing and fascinating episode, a Muslim is in disbelief about what the Quran says about this. Let's watch this video to find out what it is.
All right, so what did you want to address, or did you have a question or a concern?
Yeah, I guess my first question is what is your main purpose out here? Like, what are you guys really trying to do?
Okay, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I'm gonna be real. I believe that Islam is false.
Okay.
I believe it has misled a lot of people. You know, a lot of Muslims like yourself, and people who've grown up in it, people who have been converted, and so I'm here to show that. I'm here to expose that Islam really is not under scrutiny. If we really look at it, take it step by step, Islam is not true.
Okay, that's fair for you to think. Why Islam? Why not Judaism? Why not talk to agnostics, atheists?
We do. I just talked to an agnostic yesterday.
I'm saying, why is the sign and all the flyers here like?
Because there's a large the target audience, you know, for this ministry particularly is the Muslim audience. There's not a lot of Muslim outreach that we see around here. We see, you know, secular outreach, like, you know, to transgender or atheists or whatever, but not that much Islamic outreach. So we felt God called us to do this.
Okay, because I've seen this, I think in Balboa Park actually. It's almost
Yeah.
It's the exact same.
No, it is. It's the same guy. He actually has the tent.
Oh yeah. I've seen this. I'm in Balboa Park a lot.
Yeah.
You know that whole row of
all the venues.
the Islam, the Muslims, the Christians. I always see them
for sure
arguing their case and all that.
How do you, if you don't mind me asking?
Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 21.
21. And you grew up as a Muslim?
I grew up, I left,
and then came back to it. All right, so that's good then. So you've left in a way and made your way back, which means that you have reasons why you chose Islam. Not simply because you grew up in it anymore or your parents and family, but you actually have reasons why you chose Islam ultimately.
I don't have hard, solid evidence reasons, but I have personal reasons. Yes,
okay. So you would say like personal experiences?
In a sense, I mean, so the reason I initially, in a sense, I didn't explicitly leave, but I realized I wasn't considered a Muslim. I wasn't doing what I should have been doing according to the Quran.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I was born into this. I don't have a reason as of right now is to keep following the faith. Let me take a step back. Let me gaze over everything else. You know, let me get a real bird's eye view.
Yeah.
And then I went back to Islam because obviously there's a bit of bias. You know, my parents are Muslim. It's probably the easiest one to go back to.
It's familiar.
Yeah.
You know, it's cultural.
Praying during when I pray and I make I ask God for things. I feel like He was giving me that peace of mind. You know, obviously there's a lot of pieces in the Quran I agree with. Not much I don't agree with. Obviously I'm not going to be a perfect Muslim. There's some stuff I'm not going to do. Some stuff I find hard to agree with. But between the three books, the three monotheistic religions, it was the one I agreed with the most. To be honest, I didn't really look into the view of any other religion just because I can't bring myself to think that there are multiple gods. But it's just
I mean, I agree with you.
Yeah.
There are not multiple gods. There's only one true God, and He revealed Himself in a particular way, right? He revealed Himself through the prophets, and He said who He was and what He wants from us, right? And
through books.
So this through books, right? Through the scriptures. This is my thing with Islam, bro. My biggest thing with Islam is that it claims to be a continuation of the prophets, right? From Adam, Abraham.
What do you mean a continuation?
So basically that it has the same message as them. Right?
Saying that the Quran we have now is the exact same message Adam gave.
Yes, exactly. And Jesus, and yes. So that's my thing. I see that the Quran makes this claim, right? It even says over and over that the Quran came confirming what came came before it,
Yeah.
right? So it verifies that what came before it is true. Here's my problem, is that, okay, I see that the Quran says this. When I go and check what came before it, like the Torah, the Gospel, the writings of the Zabur, the Psalms, I see that there's a very, very different message than what the Quran is sharing.
I wouldn't even say it's very different. I mean, from what I've seen in Christianity, there's a lot of similarities.
Okay.
Like
I would say surface level, but there's core differences.
core differences, obviously, like
yes.
Jesus Christ is the prophet versus Jesus Christ is God, all that stuff. Yeah.
So, like, with that being said, if what came before it is true, right?
And it says that it's the same thing what came before. And obviously, there's
something wrong there.
Something wrong there, right? So you could either go the route of it's wrong and it's not what came before, or you could say what came before it was initially, which I heard you say to them that obviously, like, we believe that the other books were changed and I don't know,
corrupted and
changed,
distorted.
And so there's that argument for us, and then there's the argument for you guys, which is I don't exactly know. What do you guys? I mean, I have to be honest. I'm here to learn just as much as I am here to do.
No, that's good. The setup was.
I know. I'm not gonna make anything up. What do you guys say?
Oh man, that's humbling. That's pretty good. I'll tell you. So the point that I'm coming from is actually it's from the Quran, right? So you're right that the popular narrative is that amongst Muslims the previous scriptures have been distorted.
Yeah.
So the original form of those scriptures good to go, but the corrupted forms, no, it's a no, and so that's not what the Quran's talking about, right?
Yes.
Here's my retort to that is that the Quran never says that. The Quran says that, like in Muhammad's time, that it's confirming the scriptures that is in the hands of the Jews and Christians, that's with them, you know?
This is the ones that came before.
No, so let me show you. Let me show you. So, okay. So Surah Baqarah, if we go to like...
I actually have this one memorized.
Good. The whole chapter?
Yeah, it's in Arabic. I don't fully understand it, which
Bro, this is like 280...
It's 50 pages when it's just Arabic.
Oh, so it's not really as... 50 pages is still long.
It's still long, yeah.
You remember 50 pages?
Yeah, I had it memorized.
Bro, you're something else, bro. Okay, well, I'm going to rely on you. You're a Hafiz of chapter 2, Surah Baqarah. Okay, so... here it is. So in chapter 2, verse 41, Surah Baqarah 41, and if you want to read the Arabic, that's cool too. But I'll read it in English. It says, and believe in, talking to the Jews specifically, that's the context, right? O children of Israel, verse 40. So talking about the Jews and their Torah, right? It says, and believe in what I reveal, talking about the Quran, confirming the revelation which is with you, and be not the first to reject faith therein, nor sell my signs for a small price, and fear me and me alone.
Yeah, so what you're focusing on here is the...
confirming what's with you.
What's with you.
Yes. So it's saying that the scriptures they currently have with them is true, right?
The translation here is a little bit different, I have to say.
No, it's not. It should say Musadikin, like Ma'akum or something like that.
Ma'akum does mean with you, but it doesn't necessarily mean... It's more of a spiritual with you. It's more like it's within you.
No, it's not within you, bro. It's with you, like you have it.
That's so wait. Surah 41. So this would be ayah 41. وَآمِنُوا بِمَا أَنزَلْتُ مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا مَعَكُمْ وَلَا تَكُونُوا أَوَّلَ كَافِرٍ. This, from what I know in Arabic, this I feel obviously you also understand that like most scholars preach to read the Quran in Arabic, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the way it was written. That's the most.
It's the source language.
Yeah, it's the source language. Any language you translate to another language, it's not going to be one-to-one.
Okay.
You can agree on that, right?
Yeah, in some cases, it's not going to have a perfect word for word.
Perfect meaning.
Yeah, one word might be a whole phrase in English and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, from what I know, and I've spoken Arabic my entire life, what this more means, it's saying it's more of like the book. Not necessarily we gave you. Like I'm saying, it's hard to translate, but
I would say they did a good job, bro. Musadikin, and then it says Ma'akum, right? So So confirming that which is with you. So like let's read a little bit further, because I think if we read a little further, it'll help out. So verse 42.
Yeah.
And cover not truth with falsehood, nor conceal the truth when you know what it is. Right. So obviously they have the truth, and he's saying do not mix it with falsehood, and don't hide it. Right. Don't conceal it. So they have to have the truth in order for them to be able to conceal it.
He's saying that in this case, the truth is the original book, and
they have it.
And he's saying, do not cover it with falsehood.
Yep. Don't hide it.
Do not.
And then it says, and be steadfast in prayer, give zakah, bow down your heads with those who bow down. Verse 44 is good. Do you enjoin right conduct on the people and forget yourselves? And yet you study the scripture. Or I think in this one it may say recite the scripture. If you read verse 44.
It's more like recite.
Okay. So they are reciting the scripture. They have it. So it's not something that's like metaphorical or spiritual. In
this case, it does mean recite the scripture.
Right. So in the context, we can see that, when it says it's confirming what is with them, it's talking about the scriptures they have. They're even reciting it, and they're being commanded, do not be hypocrites. Don't hide the truth. Don't cover it with falsehood. You have the truth. So don't divert from it.
But he's saying, as if he's saying, yet you recite the scripture.
Yes.
In a sense of, like I'm saying, I'm not a scholar, right? I think the best course of action would be bring a scholar, have him read it out, and give you what it means.
Do you think that
there's to any book, right? There's a bit of
ambiguity?
Interpretation.
Do you think this is difficult?
I think
you don't think this is clear?
I think what this is saying is what I still told you, which is that it's not. He's not saying that this book is with them currently.
Literally.
That's what it translates to. I'm saying in Arabic it means something a little bit different.
It doesn't. Ma'akum means with you. You said it yourself.
But not physically with you.
Yes,
not in a sense of.
So how are they reciting the scripture if they don't have it physically with them?
As in, like, let me read what it says in English again.
Which one? 41 or 44? 41. Okay.
So, and believe in what I reveal. So he's saying he revealed these books.
The Quran specifically.
Yes, he's saying he revealed the Quran. And
confirming the revelation which is with you. Alright. And be not the first to reject faith therein, nor sell my signs for a small price.
That part's
irrelevant.
Semi-irrelevant. Not to this argument. I could say.
So if we take it at face value, it seems pretty clear to me, man, that the Quran is saying they have their scriptures, they're even reciting it, and then commands them not to hide them, not to hide the truth. They have to have it in order to not hide it. They have to have them in order to recite them.
I wish I was more knowledgeable on this, and obviously I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna look more into this.
Perfect.
This is something I definitely want to do because I love it when people point out things. It gives me something to look at. Gives me something to try and justify.
I love that.
It makes me more knowledgeable about what I believe in, and that's always a good thing.
For sure.
Whoever you are, being more knowledgeable about what you believe in is a good thing.
For sure.
But from what I know, from what I've heard from scholars I know,
there's more, brother.
I'm sure. I see all the tabs.
This actually isn't mine. This is his. So he uses this, but I go off like memory with this like, because this topic to me is probably the most important for me is what the Quran says about the previous scriptures versus what Muslims say about it. Like what I'm saying is that the stance that Muslims take,
they can't be conflicting.
Exactly.
You got to say what your book says.
Exactly.
If you from what you're saying, oh, this is what it's saying, and Muslims are saying something different. Obviously, that's an issue. But what I'm trying to say is, I don't think that that's exactly what it's trying to say. This is an English translation.
You read it in Arabic.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. In Arabic, the meaning is more not directly of this book that you guys currently have.
No, okay, look. If you're translating the Arabic, right? I'm talking. Forget this scholar here. You. It says musadikin, right? Confirming. And then it says ma'akum, what's with them, right?
Yeah.
So if we just letting the word be the word.
I was to translate this from Arabic to English. That's the best way I could do it. As well.
Okay, yeah. So then it means what it means. It says
Because there is no word for this that I can, at least that I can think of, that I would use to translate it.
You could probably use to say, because you're trying to say within, not physically, but maybe within you spiritually, right?
Yeah.
So maybe you might say fee is like fee, like in.
Fee means in.
Yeah. So maybe fee instead of ma'akum, maybe fee.
But obviously, you know, like we would not change the words here. I cannot change the words.
Then don't.
I'm not.
Okay. So then if we stick with what it says, then we gotta accept that they have the scriptures presently with them, and the Quran says that they're true.
I don't think we have to assume that. I think
we have to. We're not assumption.
I don't think so, because like what I'm saying.
What if I show you like 4 more that say the same thing?
Show me another one.
Okay.
Show me another. I'm actually curious.
Okay. Cool. All right. So that's chapter 2. There's more in chapter 2 as well. Let's go to. Let's see. Let's do verse 89. And 91.
I do have one question before we move on to the next one. I want to know, honestly, a little bit more about why Christianity, why not Islam. Because
sure.
We could say why not for
Brother,
a million different religions.
Absolutely. Let's finish this topic. I'll just show you the rest of the references, and you can ask me about Christianity. I love that. You've been humble enough to deal with this, and humble enough to be like, y'all, look at this. I love that. You can ask me whatever you want, bro. All right. So we'll do verse 89 and 90. Okay. So 89, and when there comes to them a book from Allah, confirming what is with them, although from of old they had prayed for victory against those without faith, when there comes to them that which they have recognized, they refuse to believe in it. But the curse of Allah is on those without faith. Now, it says that when a book comes, obviously talking about the Quran, the book came from Allah, confirming what is with them.
Wait, and when there comes to them a book from, this would be the book from.
Yep. So basically, it's saying now it's reprimanding them for rejecting the Quran, even though the Quran confirms what they have, and they should have recognized the Quran.
Isn't this? How is it reprimanding them for rejecting the Quran?
Because it's
reprimanding them for what you said again.
All right. So basically, so they prayed for victory from Allah, right? And then it says, when there comes to them that which they have recognized, they refuse to believe in it. So talking about the Quran. The Quran came, and
other people refuse to believe.
Yes, and the reason why they recognize it is because it confirms what's with them.
Again, this is the same kind of thing, though. It's not the Torah, or this is still talking about the Jews, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. This is. Again, this is the exact same wording.
Yes.
I would give you the exact same response.
Wow. If it says it in 2 places.
That's what I'm saying. This will always translate to with them.
Exactly.
But it's not. There is no correct way to translate it. This is the most correct because it gives you the closest interpretation. But I wouldn't say this is still the correct.
So let me ask you this then. Okay, kind of the same lines of the last one. With this one, notice how it says that when there comes to them that which they have recognized, talking about the Quran.
Yeah.
They still refuse to believe in it, right?
Yeah.
Why? And then it says, but the curse of Allah is on those without faith. So he's cursing them for not having faith in the Quran as it confirms what they have. Why would Allah be reprimanding them if they don't have the scriptures to recognize the Quran with?
He's saying he gave them the Quran, confirming what
is with them.
Again, I'm gonna just read this as the way I've interpreted.
No, read it as what it is, brother.
In Arabic, this is how I interpret it. This is how the scholars I know have interpreted.
No, that even Ibn Kathir is saying they have it with them. Ibn Kathir, Tabari, they say they have it with them.
If you were to read this in English, in the way that it's written here, it's saying, I'll agree with you. It's saying the Quran came confirming the current Torah they have, and then when they should have recognized it, they refused to believe in it. So he's saying that because they refused to believe the Quran, which is the exact same thing as the current Torah, they're going to get punished.
Yes.
That's what this is saying.
Yes.
But again, what I'm saying is, we can't move on from this topic at least until because this is kind of the same thing, right?
I'm gonna show you
similar with them aspect.
Yeah. All right. So now I'm gonna just show you 2 more, and then we can move to Christianity. Okay.
Yeah. 1 sec though. I want to see if I can. I don't know if all the English translates the same.
Brother, you know Arabic. I don't care about the English.
Yeah, but like I wanted, like maybe they have a better way of Surah 89.
Yeah, 89, yep. Surah Baqarah 89.
Yeah, see, like in this is a Quran app I use. When the scripture came to them from God, confirming what they already had in the past.
It says had?
Yeah, had.
Yeah, that's incorrect because
No, but-
you know the Arabic.
Yeah.
Does it say what they had in the past or does it say what's with them
Like,
in the Arabic?
Malcolm, let me read this. Yeah, lima kind of does mean can. It does indicate a past tense.
Lima? Lima what? What is the word lima?
Ma'ahum.
So what they have with them. Mahum is with them.
Lima ma'ahum.
Yeah.
It's kind of referencing past, almost.
No, it's not, brother.
How can you tell me that this one's wrong and this one's right, though?
Because you're the Arabic speaker. You can confirm for me if we're being honest.
You're saying this translation's wrong and this translation's right.
Yes.
But this app is like commonly like accepted.
No, it's not the app itself. This is a particular translation you're using. I have the same app, I think. So what translation is this? This is
Translation over here.
so it's the
Abdul Halim.
yeah. So it gets it
To be
wrong.
honest, I don't know if he's like okay, but we can assume that if a translation is accepted by most Muslims, it's what it's agreed upon, right?
No, because again, we have you. Look, this is Yusuf Ali's English translation, but remember, my argument isn't from the English. It's I'm glad you speak Arabic so you can confirm what it's saying.
Yeah.
You know, so my authority is the Arabic, just like it should be. It's the Quran. It's written in Arabic.
Yeah.
So in the Arabic it says what is with them, not what they used to have.
How can you say it's what is with them when many
'Cause you said
scholars
it.
say it's what was already? I was saying it wasn't with them. I'm
No,
saying that's not.
many scholars don't say that. That many scholars, they look. There's translations of I would say both. You have translations that say what is with them. There's a couple that say what they had or what was with them.
Sure.
But that's incorrect of the Arabic.
How can we say? You're saying you don't know Arabic. So how
You
can
do.
say
I
it's
trust
okay?
you.
And I'm saying I didn't agree really with the with them phrasing.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, that's what. What do you mean? That's the only I've been saying this
No,
entire
no,
time.
you- no,
I'm saying
you-
it's how I would, but I'm sure there's a more. It's not like it's not a one-to-one. It's not the most correct. I couldn't think of something more correct. That's why I pulled it up on my phone to try and see if there was something
Okay.
that it could jog my memory. Like obviously, like you know.
Okay. So let's do this then. Let me give you one more. This is Surah Maida. By the way, it says it like in almost every chapter.
Yeah, I mean this translation should be consistent. If it says with them for once, it'll say with them for all.
Yeah, but this one is going to be different. Watch this, bro.
Sure.
So this is going to be chapter 5, Surah Maida. We're going to do verse 47. Okay? We'll do 46 and 47 for context. All right, so it says, and in their footsteps we sent Jesus, the son of Mary, confirming the Torah that had come before him. We sent him, gave him the gospel, therein was guidance and light, and confirmation of the Torah that had come before him, a guidance and admonition to those who fear Allah. So let the people of the gospel judge by what Allah has revealed therein. If any do fail to judge by what Allah has revealed, they are those who rebel. So the Quran is telling the people of the gospel in Muhammad's time, let the people of the gospel judge by what Allah has revealed therein, in the gospel.
Saying let the people of the gospel judge.
Yep, by what Allah has revealed therein, in the gospel.
Yeah.
And if they don't, they're of those who rebel.
Yeah.
So that means that they have to have the gospel in order for them to judge by it.
But yeah, but in this one, I see where you could say there's a contradiction from this to down those, but I don't see the issue.
No, I think they're connected
Because
together.
this one right here is saying we sent Jesus, the son of Mary, confirming the Torah that had come before him, right?
Yep.
So you can agree that they sent him the gospel, which confirmed the Torah that came before.
Yes, it's affirming that Jesus was given the gospel.
Yeah, and confirming the Torah that came before.
Confirming the Torah that came
So
before.
you can agree in this ayah at least that it's saying that they were consistent. They should have, like it's saying the gospel confirmed the Torah that came before.
Correct. Yeah, they're in line together.
Yeah, so you can agree here that it states that they are.
Yeah, the whole Quran talks about how the Quran, the Torah, the Zabur, and the Gospel are all in line with each other.
They were originally lines, but it's
No, not originally. It never says originally. It just always talks as if
right here, confirming the Torah that had come before him. Yeah, the Torah. In this case, he's saying he sent down.
so-
Allah sent down the Torah, and if they made edits tweaks or changes or whatever. It's saying they were confirming the Torah, like that he had given them.
No, brother. The Torah that came before Jesus, and by the way, it actually says Beina Yadehi, I believe here, right? If you can read the Arabic of verse 46.
Yeah,
and that means that which is between his hands, right? So it means that he has it. It's confirming the Torah that is between his hands. So
it's saying the gospel.
No. The gospel is confirming the Torah that is between his hands.
The gospel between his hands.
No, brother, look. And in their footsteps, we sent Jesus, the son of Mary, confirming the Torah, Beina Yadehi, that is between his hands. Then it says we sent the gospel. Therein was guidance and light, and a confirmation of the Torah that had come before him. So the Torah, the Torah that he's confirming, he presently has. Beina Yadehi, that is in his hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So at Jesus' time, he had a Torah that was uncorrupted. The Torah that he had was good.
The Torah that can't come before him, not the Torah that
is Beina Yadehi. Remember, Beina Yadehi. So the Torah that's between his hands is good.
Obviously, I can't agree with that, but
you know the Arabic. You can agree.
I'm pretty sure what it's trying to say. Obviously, I'm not a scholar. I can't tell it as best as other people can. But
so then,
I think it's saying that the Torah that had come, confirming the Torah that from the past.
But he had the Torah, right? He had it. To confirm it, he had to have it, right?
Yeah, obviously he had to have it.
So that means that
it's not like
true.
all the Torahs were. There were like obviously there's slight differentiations in different books, right? But I'm sure there's still preserved or semi-preserved Torahs at this time that were not completely distorted.
The point is that there's no verse in the Quran that says anything like that. The Quran never says that they're partly good, they're partly confirmed. None of that. It always says confirming these scriptures as a whole. Just that's how it presents it.
Because I think it's in the way that God revealed it. It's what they're trying to say.
Well, it says that they have it. So look. Like for example, in verse 43, look, it says, but why do they come to you for decision? This is Allah talking to Muhammad, okay? The Jews tried to come to him to try to escape the Torah's judgment. That's the context of what the background of what happened.
I think you're right.
Right? So it says, but why do they come to you for decision when they have the Torah before them, meaning in their presence? Now, before them isn't even in the Arabic. I don't know why he put before them. That's crazy. If we read verse 43, it doesn't say before them, right?
I think it's how he's interpreting it in English language.
Yeah, that's silliness. So it says when they have the Torah, right? So it says they have it in Muhammad's time.
43. Am I reading? Oh, that was wrong. Okay, continue.
All right. So why do they come to you for decision or judgment when they have the Torah? I don't know why he says before them. It doesn't say that.
I feel like you have to take that. If you're gonna say all these translations are correct, you have to assume that translation. You can't pick and choose.
No, I'm not. Dude, again, let me let you know my point, okay? Because I'm not being dishonest or cherry picking.
Sure.
My authority when I read the Quran is the Arabic. So even if in my
understand Arabic?
I don't understand, but I study like words sometimes. Like I have lexicons that I use side by side, interlinears that break down words for me, and so I'm able to double check, you know. And so like there's certain like when I know that phrases or something don't exist in the Arabic, when I catch it in the English translation, I can call it out.
So couldn't we say that this English translation isn't that great if there's mistakes in it?
Yeah, it's not perfect. None of them are perfect. You know, it's the I don't even usually like the Yusuf Ali one, but it's what he had available.
Okay.
You know, but I just know that what the Arabic says, I know that I can confirm it or whatever, right? Because I've studied it.
Yeah.
So that's why you see how I call him out. If he adds something there, I can call it out. Like I'm calling it out. Like that's not right. I'm consistent. You know. So
honestly, to be fair, like Quran Arabic is more like formal Arabic. It's not the way I speak it. The way I can read it fully well, but
okay.
I don't see it either.
Right.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's adding that before them in there. It's not there. But anyway, he goes in and says, therein in, right, in the Torah is the command of Allah, yet even after that, they would turn away, for they are not people of faith. So they're hypocrites, basically. So it says they have the Torah. Why do they come to you, Muhammad, for a judgment when they have the Torah?
If in this case they already have the book.
Yes. So they have the Torah, the Christians have the gospel, and Allah's telling them, judge by your gospel, Christians, people of the gospel. Jews, judge by the Torah. Stop being hypocrites. Make sense?
I see what you're saying, yeah.
So that's my point. So just to wrap this up so you can ask about Christianity. The point of this is that
your main argument is they're not in line because the Quran's stating that they're not in line.
Well, I'm saying that the Quran claims that they're in line, right? It claims that it's in line with the Torah and the Gospel. But when I read the Torah and the Gospel, it shows that it says Jesus is the Son of God. It says Jesus was crucified, rose again on the third day, and stuff like that. And the Quran obviously directly goes against that. So if it's confirming books that it contradicts. So if the previous scriptures are
you're
true,
saying it's confirming books at the time that the Quran dropped.
Yes.
Those books that at the time the Quran dropped were still perfect and preserved.
yes, pertains.
That's what the Quran.
That's what the Quran
says. That's
says.
what you're saying. The translation.
Yep. So
I'll look more into that for sure.
Yeah, it's what we've called it the Islamic dilemma. The Islamic dilemma goes like this: the Quran confirms previous scriptures. The Quran
it's
also
massive contradiction.
Yeah, contradicts them.
Is true.
And then so therefore the Quran is false since these previous scriptures are true. It's contradicting.
It's contradicting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you were to take the translation that way, if the translation is that way, then that would be correct.
Yeah.
My main argument, I can't articulate it right now well enough.
That was all good, brother. I appreciate you listening and going through it with me. Like you've humbly went through it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's no reason not to. I think it's much worse to turn a blind eye to possible
100%.
arguments than at least looking. There's nothing to be lost.
Yeah.
There's nothing. If I decide, oh yeah, these are 100% right, you shed a light on me.
Yeah.
Then I now find something I agree with even more, possibly, or now I reinforce my beliefs.
Right,
It's one or the other. There's nothing that I can do.
I love that.
Alright, welcome back guys. That was an amazing and fascinating one. I believe you were able to learn something new watching this video. Let us know what you were able to learn in the comment section. Share this video, subscribe, and also don't forget to like it as well. Muslims in generally don't like people talking about their religion, but they are the master of questioning and mocking other religions. They are easily offended when you do to them what they do to other religions. Their tolerance level is zero. Islam is a religion of fear. They are afraid of the truth. Even if they start off sincere and kind, they cannot help themselves but to be dishonest because they are scared of what the truth will do to them or the foundation of their faith. Once they find out that you are approaching the truth, you see the way they begin to agitate and cause confusion in order for you to lose track of what you're trying to say. He keeps trying to understand the Arabic version from the perspective he's being fed. Sometimes it is important that you see things from your own lens and not from the lens of the people who have taught you all your life. They always do that, and when I watch them claim these things, I get so frustrated, like, who are you trying to fool? Even if you interpret it to them, all they hear is the interpretation given to them by their imam. They are not ready to accept your own truth or what you're trying to communicate to them. The guy seems humble enough. He's just been brainwashed by what he has been taught. So guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, your family. Subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We would love to see you in the next episode.